This is a press news update. I'm Klewinowski. Stony Brook will be undergoing many changes to cope with the COVID-19 restrictions as we step into the fall semester. Everyone who plans on going to campus will be required to do a daily healthcare screening before their arrival. Students won't be allowed to have overnight guests in their dorms, and only Stony Brook students can enter each other's rooms after the first 2 weeks. They're allowed one guest each, but no one from outside the university.
A few things as kind of protocols we followed and we've shared with our clubs and organizations is that for any in-person events on campus, we're restricting and limiting that to 50 students. And so obviously in those environments, any indoor space, physical distancing, face coverings, there's obviously a lot of protocols related to food, how we work events.
Student clubs may be allowed to meet in rooms with imaginable capacity. However, due to limited room access, clubs are encouraged to have meetings virtually. The same rule will be applied to events, as most of the in-person events for the semester will be canceled or held online to reduce foot traffic in hallways and venues. Events such as the involvement fair will be virtually broadcasted. Gyms are a major hotspot for spreading the virus. As an added precaution, the Stony Brook University Recreation Center is still closed even as gyms across New York are reopening at 33% capacity. Marie Tucciano, the Director of Recreation and Wellness, said, "We are reading through all the guidelines and are in the process of setting up the gym to meet them. We are hoping to have more information about an opening date by the end of next week." Dining halls, which normally gather crowds, will also be imposing social distancing. The university's new dining methods will prevent rush hours. Students are suggested to download the NutriSlice app to check the daily menu before arriving at the dining halls. Stony Brook will be introducing heat maps, which inform students of the peak times in the dining halls. Heat maps can be found on the dining website and the NutriSlice app. Self-serving will no longer be an option. To reduce physical contact, the only acceptable form of payment will be scanning your Stony Brook ID from your mobile device using the Get Mobile app. The South P parking lot is the largest parking area for the commuter students, with nearly 2,500 parking spaces. This year, to prevent congestion, parking spaces in South P will be reduced to 1,000. A shuttle can fit up to 40 students, but that number will be limited to 19, maintaining social distancing. The shuttles will also have plexiglass to create COVID-safe barriers between riders. To make up for the lost spaces, commuters can park in lots in Tabor Quad and Island Federal Arena without using parking meters. There will be no fall break this semester. November 20th will be the last day of in-person classes. All courses will be online during the week of November 30th. December 7th will be the last day of classes, and from December 9th to the 17th, final exams will be held online. Dates for the health science school may differ.
There's a strategic decision to end all in-person classes on November 30th. And at that point, right, the idea is that students who are in in-person classes will finish out the semester remotely, and then all students will take their courses online remotely.
A COVID-19 testing center is located at the Student Health Center on campus. While commuters are not required to take the test, it is highly suggested they take advantage of the resource.
We have been able to partner with a commercial lab, Enzo Labs, on site to provide testing on site for our students. So as students are moving in, even if they don't have that type of testing, they can actually get that testing done actually right at Student Health Services.
We spoke to a medical professional about dealing with COVID-19 at Stony Brook. This is what she has to say.
The measures will only be effective if not during school, but in the non-school hours, people adhere to them. So school is a safe place for everybody. It's the time that they're not in school that's really becoming an issue. When you look at who's getting infected, they're not getting infected while they're wearing masks and socially distancing. They're getting infected when they're going to bars, hanging out in backyards, or going to parties. Stony Brook cannot watch over those times. They've done a great job of organizing how many kids in a class, where the classes are going to be, socially distanced, having masks around, having a place for isolation for students, but they can't guarantee the time that they're not on campus. And that's the issue.
This is all from your press news update.